So the Hara areas, kidney and bladder.
Spleen, donut, kidneys here. Bladder.
We have the root points, CV3 and gallbladder 25.
Find the pubic bone by using your palm. There. And then this is exactly on the bone, and then this is 1 inch above it. So this is conception vessel 3, which is the bladder alarm point. Right here. And then kidney alarm point is on the end of the 12th rib. Do you have another shirt out of
Yeah,
this?
I have it.
There it is.
And then hip rotation. Knee press on bladder meridian.
You can slide your knee like that too.
Is it straight up the middle?
Yes.
Okay.
You can kind of stretch, put your knee in the back of the knee area, and you can do a little stretch. And you can also do that. And I think we have this.
Place foot down and press bladder on calf, leaning back with both hands.
And then kidney.
And then place foot to the lateral side of the other leg at knee. Press kidney on thigh.
So we have the IT band is gallbladder, and then off of the IT band is large intestine, and then the next one, and kidney, and it feels a little bit like a water balloon or something.
And then kidney meridian on abdomen.
Okay.
Both sides, 0.5 inches from midline to rib cage. Then widen to 1.5 inches to underheads of collarbone. That's KD.
You can start all the way at the bottom.
Okay.
And we widen a little bit because we're heading toward here. We're heading to this point here. So this is wider when you go up the rib cage. Then on the abdomen it's only 1/2 inch from the center line, and this one is more like 1.5 inches.
It's kidney 27.
Kidney 27, so it's under the collarbone, and it's between the collarbone and the manubrium, which is the top of the breastbone.
Hmm. And across to shoulder joint. Did you do that already?
Oh, right. So we went up to here and then we come across.
And that sequence 4C. 4D, supine hands and arms, beginning with a shoulder mobilization. Elbow mobilization. And wrist. And then bladder and kidney meridian on palm, bladder at thenar eminence, kidney at pinky eminence.
Bladder
Mm.
and kidney.
Bladder and kidney, okay.
The same thing, like this is her palm, right? And so the same thing, I'm going to go in 90 degrees and I'm going to give steady pressure. And it's that steady pressure. This might not seem like a place that a person can reset the whole pattern of their whole energy of their whole body, but it could be. So we put 90-degree pressure, very steady pressure, and then the person might be able to reorganize, restructure things. So in any place where you're working on it that can be. Okay, so in the forearm, it goes along the edges of the radius and ulna, and these sharp outer edges on both sides. See both sides? Same thing. This feels like very little. It feels like you're just touching skin over a bone. So there's not much here, it feels like, but it's not true. This holding a place like right here with 90-degree pressure, very steady, grounded pressure, that could be enough to help somebody release something somewhere else. So now we're going to have the upper arm. So on the bladder, it goes between the biceps and the triceps. There's like a little indentation. And on the kidney, go this way. You can stretch it like this. It goes between so the heart's over here and the small intestine's over there, over here. So it goes here. So it's kind of near the center of the olecranon. It's somewhere around here. So we did the whole upper and the lower arms.
Was that the kidney on the border of yin and yang, skin between HT and SI? So that's that, and then bladder between lung and large intestine.
Oh, we did that before.
Oh, did that before. Okay. And then overhead arm stretch to switch sides for other arm. And then the same thing over again, but on that side.
Yeah, so let me show you the thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, double elbow. Oh, are those the knees?
Ooh.
Stretching out some nice arm. That looks like a fun move.
Yeah. It's hard to be on your toes like that evenly. So then it starts over again with the shoulder mobilization.
I think
On
we
the
go,
other arm?
Yeah.
We
I was
didn't
gonna
do
say.
that.
Okay.
I think we're going the
So
neck.
then
Yeah, the neck. Yeah.
sequence 4E neck supine. Which starts with move to sit behind head, hold bladder 11s to connect body to head.
So I can sit directly on the floor for this. Find T1. Just below T1 is bladder 11 is at the top of the first thoracic vertebrae, and it's between 1 and 2. You can look on the skeleton if you want. We're going between 1 and 2. This is considered to open the flow of energy up the neck into the head. Okay, next.
Front of neck, kidney meridian from kidney 27 at the collarbone up to the neck and the deepest place between the caracoid and CSM muscle.
Okay, so find 27 again. Now remember, this is to do with the bones. The water meridian is all the way down the bones. So I'm going to focus on the bones. I'm going to come through this little... And now on the neck.
Is this the Kambiki?
No,
Oh,
we
not
don't
yet.
do Kambiki on the throat, on the front of the neck.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is, one at a time, my thumbs can press the channel. And the channel is the deepest. It's the deepest one on the front.
Okay, yes.
Once again, it's really important to have 90-degree pressure. If you want to get into the channel.
And you're just doing one side at a time?
Yeah, so the person doesn't feel strangled.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, ow. Yeah.
So when we're doing this, we want to keep I'm keeping my spatial awareness, including the whole body, and that changed everything. So it's just, we have to include, when we're working on channels, we have to include the whole body, because the channel goes everywhere in the channels are all connected everywhere in the body. So we want to engage that system. Whatever we pay attention to is engaged. So we want to engage the maximum healing ability for the person. So I'm doing the spatial awareness for the whole body. Okay.
And the Kambiki, the back of the neck. Like milking a cow.
This one is kind of like a massage.
Oh, yes. This one.
It's really just moving this, it's stretching the skin. And that's very soothing, you know, to do that to a person on their skin. And we do very little of that. We don't even touch skin mostly. It's usually covered up.
Very fascia stuff.
Okay, next.
Next, place head and palm, place fingertips on occiput, find bladder tens. With 2 fingers of other hand, press bladder 2 inside ocular orbital ridge.
Okay, so finding bladder 10,
So either side.
yeah, I'm putting my third finger in the middle on the governing vessel 15, and the 2 index and fourth fingers are on the 10, and then I have the 2 here. So we have a connection, and we contraction the head. We want the bones. Okay, again, I'm going to focus on the bones and the cranium, and we want the bones to have more space. We want everything to have more space. We want the joints to have more space. Okay. Right now I'm going to do this one, but it's in a different place, but I just feel like I'm going to do it now. I'm lifting each vertebrae. This is because I just stretched the back of the neck, so that's why I want to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Take a deep breath, please. Let it out. Okay.
And now you're doing the.
So that next on the thing is I was going to do the head, right?
Yeah, press the bottom meridian on cranium from 10 at occiput to 2 at brow.
So we're just going to on the bladder meridian. Okay, I'll do the other side. I'm putting my mother hand fingers on bladder 10 so that I'm on both sides of the meridian. And we do the scalp pretty strongly.
More pressure.
More pressure. Do you feel like you're sinking through?
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a muscle layer under there. I might have gone off the line a little bit, but you can just keep checking your line by going back to 10 over here.
After this it says Kambiki again, but Kambiki feeling for strings.
Okay, so we're going to see which side to go first. I'm going to pick the easier side. think they're pretty, this way is easier stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna have I'm holding the skull, the cranium, occiput. And I'm going like this with my fingers. And I'm really just kind of strumming it. It's like strumming a guitar. Pulling it sideways. Now I'm going to press. So we're pressing really right up against the spine, those vertebrae almost.
Is this the pressing subos?
Subos.
Yeah, from 10 to 11. Okay.
So I'm not fighting back. If the muscle's fighting me,
Mhm.
so I soften a little bit there. I'm not struggling against anything, but I'll soften and then I'll go back and then it'll let me go. Like the muscle lets me go in further after I soften. So you go in and you reach your resistance and you soften, but you're patient and you just stay there at the mouth of the subo, the top of the subo, and you just stand there and you're just there, 90 degrees, and you have a presence there. And maybe things will decide to shift around and open up the subo. So the neck is really the most complex area that we work on. And it usually is very gratifying to the client. Like they don't usually hardly ever get this kind of someone paying attention to these places in their body.
I hold my tension in my neck a lot, so.
Yeah, our neck just like, we just look at things and move our head all day long, and our neck just has to deal with it. It's like, our neck just, it just has to comply. So we have to know that if a person has some places that are habitually been tense, they need to get used to the idea of if it's safe to let go of that place, because when things are tight, the body does that instinctually to hold everything safe. So this second vertebrae was a little sublexed yesterday, and so the tissues around it have been letting go. So like, I think it's going to be a process. It's not like we could snap back in, but little by little, I think it will grow maybe within a week from now or something. I think it will continue to find a more comfortable spot. How often does our neck, how often can we really let go of our neck so we can just relax?
When I sleep.
I say there are tons of people that even when they sleep, they don't. Because you don't know how many clients I've had that it's like that is. They're lifting the head, they're moving it for you whether you're trying or not. You know, they don't. That's the one place that people don't like to let loose. They like the control of their head. But then you get the opposite too.
So I'm going slow on this one. And we should go slow on everyone's neck.
This is the three-way neck stretch.
Okay.
You said, is this the three-way neck stretch?
Breathe in, please. Okay. Breathe in, please. Breathe in, please. And breathe in, please. We can do this one too. And this one. Breathe in. Next.
Neck vertebrae stretch, pulling the neck in a wave arch all the way to the sacrum.
I want to give a little stretch between vertebrae 1 and 2. It needs to be stretched between those two vertebrae. Right there.
For this particular person?
Yeah, for this particular person.
Yeah.
And we always end on the hara or the feet, but we're just at the head. So. Check the hara again. So this, the bladder meridian filled up with. It filled up. So that makes sense because it seems there's something blocking over here by bladder 10 up here between the axis and the atlas. The atlas and the axis seem like between those two vertebrae there was some kind of tightness, and that's on your bladder meridian. So it feels like it released something. Yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.